Hey, how's it going, do-it-yourselfers? Today I'm going to show you how you can diagnose and find weird noises coming from your engine bay. Today on this Lexus, we have a noise at startup from our engine bay that we need to figure out and fix. And also on this Mercedes ML430, we have a constant noise coming from our engine bay that we need to figure out. Alright, so first thing you need to determine whenever diagnosing noises coming from the engine bay is to check and see whether that noise goes up and down with the RPM. Now it usually does. And then I'm going to show you later how you can narrow it down to where the noise is exactly coming from. But funny enough, both on the Lexus and the Mercedes we're going to diagnose today, the noise, it does not go up and down with the RPM. So yeah, let me turn this Lexus on and let you guys have a listen. There it is. You guys should be able to hear it now. And here, as you can hopefully hear, it does not go up and down whenever we rev the engine. All right, so as you just heard, we have a bit of a, let's say, a high-pitched wooing sound that kind of sounds similar to a vacuum cleaner. Now, some of you already have a pretty good guess what this could be, but for the sake of argument, now we're going to say you have a sound that goes up and down whenever we rev the engine. In other words, it goes up and down with the RPM of the engine. So if that's the case, you either have a problem with one of the internal components of your engine, which is usually bad news, but on the other hand, what's more likely to be the cause is either one of your accessories, like your power steering pump, water pump, alternator, AC compressor, etc., or you have a problem with one of the roller bearings for your drive belt, or if your car is equipped with one, like this one is, one of the rollers or the tensioning roller for your timing belt. In other words, we're talking about bad bearings for those components. Now usually if you have a bad bearing, the noise is more like a clacking or ticking noise, I guess, that goes up and down with the RPM. Also, this noise should not be ignored if you have an engine with the timing belt, especially. Because most engines with timing belts are interference engines, and if that noise is coming from a bearing for, let's say, the tensioning roller of your timing belt, and you ignore it and it fails, your timing belt fails, and in return, it will cause catastrophic engine failure. Also, you should look into replacing the timing belts and its components if you find that noise is coming from the bearing for your serpentine belt still, because the odds are all those things were replaced at the same time. If the serpentine belt's bearing is failing, the other bearings aren't too far behind either. All right, so as far as how you can narrow it down to what component or what bearing it is, for starters, we'll start with the easy stuff. The easiest thing would be to get in your car, start the engine, and turn the AC on and off. If that noise changes dramatically at all as you're turning the AC on and off, then the odds are really good you have a problem with your AC compressor clutch bearing and or the clutch itself. Another easy thing you can do is to remove your oil cap and have a listen to your engine. If you hear a lot of noise coming out from here, then there's a chance, not 100% still, but there's a chance that you have an internal problem inside the engine. Also, there's another common noise that will go up and down with the RPM and sounds similar to what we're experiencing here, but it's even much more high-pitched. And that is a noise coming from your power steering pump. Also, this noise is very similar to a transmission that's bad or going bad. Basically, the way you narrow this noise down is to get in your car, and if this noise is more pronounced as you turn the steering wheel from lock to lock one way to the other, then the problem is with your power steering pump. So you go to your power steering pump, remove the cap, check the fluid level, and usually you'll find that it's low, more than likely due to a leak. All right, so let's say those two things check out. The next step I usually take is to play doctor with the lady. Grab my stethoscope, my mechanic stethoscope. And then with the engine running, very carefully, you put the stethoscope on the different accessories. So let's say you put it on this power steering pump right here. This is right behind the pulley. And then here, for example, you put it right behind this roller for our serpentine belt, so on and so forth, and try to find the source of the noise. Now, if you don't have a stethoscope, you can use a piece of an old garden hose if you have one laying around, or any type of tubing really will work as well. And if you really want to live dangerously, you can also use a long screwdriver, put it on the different components, hold it against your ear. Again, this is with the engine running, so you have to be very, very careful and then try to narrow it down that way. All right, so whether you find the culprit and need to verify it, or let's say you don't find the culprit, you still need to go to the next step, which is to gain access to your serpentine belt and remove it. All right, next we're going to need to remove these three covers. This one just pops out like that. Then this one on this side, held in by this plastic screw, like that. And then this one, which is held in by these 10mm bolts. All right, next we're gonna remove our serpentine belt. I got my long ratcheting wrench on our tensioner. I can't turn this counterclockwise, slide it off of that, let it go, and then remove our serpentine belt completely. There. If you're gonna be reusing your serpentine belt, make sure you mark the direction of its rotation. All right, so next you wanna start spinning all the pulleys around, whether you suspect them of being the culprit or not, because you could always have more than one culprit. So here, first this roller. This is actually making a little bit of a noise. And here's the pulley for the tensioner. It doesn't make as much noise as the idler pulley, but it's moving way too loose. It needs to go, it needs to be replaced. So yeah, basically this is what you need to do for all the pulleys. Here's the power steering pump. Below it that you guys can see is gonna be the alternator. You not only wanna spin them, but also grab them and twist them around, make sure they're not moving around too much. So yeah, here's a brand new pulley with a brand new bearing. As you can see, it doesn't keep on spinning. It's pretty firm and smooth. And if you still can't tell with 100% certainty whether the noise is coming from one of these accessories or not, is that without the serpentine belt on, you turn on the car. If the noise doesn't come back, then your problem is still with one of these accessories and you need to look further. However, if it does come back and if it's still there, and with the stethoscope or a piece of tubing, you've been able to verify that it's still coming up from this front of the car, you need to dig further. It's probably one of the bearings for your timing belt, especially if you have worn out bearings for your serpentine belt like we do. All right, now as far as what's wrong with this car specifically, as some of you might have guessed, it's the air pump. The noise is coming from the air pump, which is for the secondary air injection system. On these cars, it's a smog or emissions related component. Now, as far as how did I know it was the air pump? Well, the symptoms, of course, you could only hear the noise at startup and sometimes intermittently throughout the drive cycle. The other symptom was that it sounded like a vacuum cleaner, or in other words, an electric motor. On this car, we only have that air pump that sounds like that. Now, in some cases, your alternator can also sound like that. And I'll show you how I was able to verify exactly which one it was. Basically, you find the relay or the fuse for whatever electrical component that you suspect is making noise. In our case, the relay for our air pump is going to be this one right here. And then while the engine is making that noise, you pull that relay or fuse. So here, you can hear it now. You can't. You hear it? Not anymore. Now, more or less, you can do the same thing with the alternator. However, the alternator doesn't have a relay. It will have a fuse or fuses, depending on how it's set up. So you need to find them and remove them. By doing that, you disrupt the electromagnetic field that your alternator produces. Now, you need to do this with the serpentine belt on, because that's when your alternator is working, obviously. So when you remove the fuses with the serpentine belt on and disrupt the DC voltage going to your alternator, the electromagnetic field is disrupted as well, and therefore the load on the alternator changes. And then if the noise is coming from the alternator, by removing and putting the fuses back on, you can hear the change in the noise, and therefore you can narrow it down to your alternator. Now, things like this are especially helpful when you're working on cars where access to the serpentine belt, your alternator, and other components is very, very limited, like this Audi. Now, on a side note, for those of you that love LS400s, the air pump on these things, if you can find it, it's $1,300 new. And if you can't find it, your only other option is junkyards. And you can't find it on eBay either. And if you can't find it anywhere, well, you can't register your car because it's a smog component and you won't pass emissions without that air pump. All right, now on to the Mercedes and the noise it's making. All right, let's hear it. All right, now before I get you guys closer to the engine, the noise that I'm hearing from this engine is a bit of a popping sound, and it's random. It has no relation to the RPM whatsoever. Let's see if you guys can hear it. So yeah, basically this is a popping sound coming from our engine, and it's random in its frequency. It has no relation to the RPM. It goes pop, then there's a pause. It goes pop, 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 pause, pop, pop, pause, pop. It's totally random in its frequency and its timing. And this was a little bit difficult to find, not super difficult, but it sounded very familiar. It sounded like a clogged catalytic converter. However, the popping sound did not come out of the exhaust pipe at all. And it came out of the other end that I'll show you in a minute. Now, this took a little bit to figure out because, for starters, I'm not too familiar with these cars. I know them a little bit, but I don't know everything that goes wrong with these cars and their symptoms. And two, you know, you don't simply on any car. Most cars, you don't expect this to happen. The way I was able to figure it out was, well, first, you know, I went through all the things that we normally went through, most of them which we covered previously. I opened the oil cap, tried to listen through there. Then I tried to narrow it down to which side of the engine it was coming from. It was mostly coming from this side of the engine. And then what I did was to open this air filter housing. And that goes without saying, you need to be 100% sure before you do this with the engine running that all around this filter box housing is completely clear of any dirt and debris. You don't want any trash getting into your engine, obviously. And then this is what I heard. So yeah, it turns out the PCV system on these engines clogs up this piece right here, either due to wear and tear or simply, you know, the owner not changing the oil on time. You know, they're getting buildup in there, then clogs up, the valves clog up, and then the pressure inside the engine builds up, and then, you know, you hear that pop up as it escapes. So you hear pop up, and it's completely random. It has nothing to do with the RPM or anything else. So that's kind of what threw me in a loop a little bit. But fixing it shouldn't be a problem. You simply remove it and clean it up. So I hope these tips and tricks help you figure out noises coming from your engine. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe, give it a thumbs up, hit that bell notification. Also check out my other videos on this side of the screen in the suggestion box as well. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.